So I just recorded a video about thinking and thoughts. I think I already made a video before about this, and I found out about this reading a book about like 2 years ago, and this was a really eye-opening thought for me. And the only thing I want you to take from this video is to start paying attention for yourself to your own thoughts and your thinking. And by paying attention, I mean like start noticing it, because a lot of people, they don't notice it, and it just like happens like so unaware. It just happens like instantly. And when you start paying attention to it, you can notice a difference. And when you notice a difference, you can also change it. Because first step is always that you notice something and that you pay attention to what's happening. And yeah, so in this video I'm trying to explain, like with some examples and stuff, how I notice it for myself and what it actually is. So in the video I'm talking about, like, you have, on one hand you have a thought, and on the other hand you have thinking. And thinking is not bad, but overthinking, it holds us back in our life. And for people who tend to think a lot, and this is for me, it really can be harmful, first of all for your mental health, and second of all to the things you want to do in life and the things you want to bring to this world. So a thought, you have a thought, it can be like you walk down the street and look, for me, now I'm not gonna make it too complicated topic, but a thought can be like, I wanna drink a smoothie, or I wanna get something to drink. Like, this is an impulse, like a thought. This is maybe too much of a body impulse, but okay, let's say I see a person and I want to approach this person, I want to talk with this person. And then when you have this thought, it's often like creative, and it's like full of energy, and you are excited to do it. But then often, like 1 second later, even less than 1 second, your mind starts like rattling, and it starts like going back in the archives unconsciously. Like, this happens with everyone. Like, what happened last time when I do it? What if I'm gonna face rejection? What if this person is not waiting for me? What if this? What if this? Like, all of the what if scenarios is gonna get into your head, and this is the thinking. And of course, this is like a protective mechanism which we created to not do certain things, or we do certain things. Like, it is, of course it is useful, and it is not, there's a reason for it to exist. But I'm talking about the excessive thinking and the excessive overthinking about things that are not crazy. Look, if you want to talk to someone on the street, talking to a human being face to face, like, this is never something bad, and this is never, it's just something normal we do as human beings. And we tend to make things in this age like very, very complicated, and I feel like a lot of people, they are overthinking it. Yeah, so the thought and the thinking, and I want to encourage, like, to start noticing the differences. Like, what kind of thoughts I have during the day, what kind of exciting thoughts I have, and am I actually not acting on. And I believe, like, it differs very from person to person. Like, one person, they have a lot of thoughts and they actually do it immediately, but there are also persons who have like a lot of thoughts, and maybe 95% of them, they're not acting on them. And I was a person like this. I had a lot of like not intrusive thoughts, like thoughts in general of things I want to do, I want to try, but I didn't listen to it and I didn't lean into it. I was always thinking like, yeah, but these are the risks, it's gonna cost me money, maybe I'm gonna face rejection, maybe this is gonna happen. Always like the making it very complicated in my head. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still doing it with like things which are topics that are hard in my life, and it's not something you can just like fix. But for me, it helped like a lot to notice the differences and to be aware of it and to notice it in yourself. Like, when do I get a thought? About which thought do I really start overthinking, and which thoughts I find it easy to do? Because maybe some people, they have it like with approaching people on the street, they don't care, they just do it immediately. But when it comes to maybe getting a new car or something, they start to really overthink this. And this is for every person is different. So you need to look inside yourself and feel like, what, which topics do I struggle with to start acting on the thought. And yeah, because eventually the excessive thinking, overthinking is just a way of your mind, how it's trying to predict the future and to make it safe for you, that you don't, for example, with the feeling of rejection, you don't get confronted with this again. And this is very logical. Like, for example, when you're younger, like 15, 16, 17, those emotions, they're like the worst to experience ever. So then you create something in your head that you're like, okay, this can never happen again. But the thing is, like, when you start to see it, then you also start to notice it, like, yeah, it's actually when I start doing them now, when it's 10 years later, I can actually handle those kind of feelings of rejection. And I can actually, even when it's going to shit, I still can be strong. And or not be strong, but the point is like that you can handle the spectrum of the emotions which come with maybe rejection, or which come with maybe a failure of a business. But yeah, because of all the what happened in the past and stuff, we create this whole idea of how the future should go, and we try to control it. Pero no, but really, yeah, that's just it. And I think I already said everything in this video about this topic. And it's also very interesting, like, what topics are you overthinking about, and what topics are you not overthinking about, and you actually do it. And then you can also see, you can pinpoint like which emotions do you struggle to deal with. For example, for some people's maybe shame, for some people's maybe fear, for some people's maybe guilt. And when you learn this, you start to learn yourself better, and you can start practicing with actually becoming more comfortable with those uncomfortable emotions, whatever they are. And when this happens, the beautiful thing happens, that you start building resilience within yourself and belief that you can feel like, okay, but what if I actually do this, if I actually, I don't know, whatever it is, and it's gonna have a bad outcome, like the bad outcome in your head, I can actually deal with this. And that's the beautiful thing. And that is the thing, like, everybody like wants to go a bit into this direction. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in another video. Ciao.